Natural selection is the most powerful explanatory tool we have, not because it describes a single process, but because it defines a universal principle of survival and refinement. The phrase survival of the fittest is often misunderstood as a callous law of the jungle, but in reality, it's a mechanism that applies to anything capable of replicating and adapting, whether that be genes, culture, technologies, and even political movements. Darwinian evolution, beyond its biological inheritance, argues that selection also operates the same levels of memes, or cultural ideas that replicate, and temes, technological-driven replications of information. This broadens the scope of natural selection to a fundamental question: what survives and why? Genes that fail to adapt are eliminated, but so are ideas and strategies and power structures. The Roman Empire, for example, despite its immense dominance, collapsed because it failed to evolve. Religious traditions that persist do not do so because they are true, but because they have developed mechanisms of self-preservation. Even language itself undergoes an evolutionary process of words and phrases being phased out when they are no longer functional and thus disappear from usage. What I'm trying to focus on is to realize that there is no final form of anything, just only continuous refinement through conflict, selection, and adaptation. This has direct implications for modern power struggles. Nations, ideologies, and belief systems are not static, and they must continuously evolve or risk being outcompeted. A successful political movement is not necessarily the most morally superior, but the one that best adapts to its environment. This means a few things. Rigid structures collapse, but flexible ones persist. Total control is unsustainable, but systems that allow a degree of adaptation outlast those that don't. Survival is not about dominance, but about continuous calibration. When viewed through this lens, stagnation is death, and reinvention is the only path forward. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what parts resonated you, and if you can think of a few examples of what I talked about.